In the depths of the Imperium's vast libraries, a forbidden tome awaits its revelation, the Archivist's Codex Arium, unveiling the darkest secrets. Prepare to delve into the abyss and witness the untold horrors. In the vast expanse of the Imperium of Man, we hold steadfast to our beliefs, our dogmas, and our understanding of the galaxy. Among our many adversaries, the Necrons stand as enigmatic and formidable foes. Yet, our perception of them remains shrouded in misconception. The Imperium has long regarded the Necrons as unthinking machines, devoid of consciousness or individuality. We have painted them with a broad brush, branding them as soulless automatons driven solely by a desire for galactic domination. But the truth, as I have come to know, is far more complex and profound. Hidden within the depths of their tomb worlds lies a rich tapestry of civilization, as diverse as the myriad worlds of humanity. They possess a collective memory that spans eons, their minds infused with the remnants of a bygone era. One type among them strikes more fear into a guardsman than a whole legion of Necron: the Destroyer, large constructs whose form is a pale shadow of its former self. They chop and change their bodies, some with arachnid legs, others with anti-gravity. Their repair protocols no longer recognize their original form. When damaged, guardsmen and Astartes alike have reported that when repaired it rejoins together, only to form something stronger and more grotesque. Some of the Mechanicus postulate that the virus itself is a malworm or binary virus, but I suspect there is more nuance to it than that. Historiators have hypothesized that before their metal unliving, the Necrons were very much a living species, suspicious, superstitious, and comparable even to those in humanity. In their forgotten past, they were not always the cold and unyielding beings we see today. They were once living, with desires and fears that mirrored our own. But there was those among them who had the blackest of heart, the Red Marshals. When their poisonous sun flared and more of their race succumbed to death, they would send out their Marshals of Death. These grim figures, known as the Red Marshals, played a crucial role in the Necrons' macabre rites. Legend tells of ancient times when the Necrons conducted endless sacrifices to their dying sun. Astromantic conclaves would observe the stars flaring, and the Pharaons, their leaders, would declare a harvest. The common folk would draw lots. Those unfortunate few who drew the short straws would be left crippled within the unforgiving desert, abandoned to face their impending demise. The executioners, or marshals as they were called, became known as the Red Marshals, for their clothes were said to be stained, some claim with dye, but I suspect it was the blood of their duties. They were both honored and feared among the Necrontyr, living out their lives in solitary devotion until the next solar harvest was decreed. The Red Marshals' final harvest coincided with the end days of the biotransference itself. The ruling Triarch proclaimed a new great harvest, and these marshals, their bodies covered in red, walked the slums of Necron tomb cities. They sought out those too scared or sick to endure the transformation, dragging them to the biofurnaces. Those who dared to resist, their bones were broken, their screams drowned by the clanging of metal. With ruthless determination, they were cast into the biofurnaces, condemned to become mindless Necron warriors, one among the millions that now roam the tomb cities. Historians have hypothesized that the Destroyer cults themselves, arranged from all manner of Necron beings, from commoner to elite Lichguard. If the Marshal theory is true, it would seem those Marshals who achieved great honor among their people in life carry over that duty to the next life. The Destroyer cult, as it has become known, stands against all life. As these hulking Deathbringers did before their transformation, they kill the living as a tribute to their gods. Now, as mindless machines, that obsession has turned binary, to exterminate all life in front of them, no matter the cost. Imperial reconnaissance units have noted that these mighty destroyers stand separate from their other peers. In battle, they will rarely be among the order of the Necron battle lines. They are the first, charging Imperial lines, thirsting for blood with reckless abandon. As part of our efforts, we have managed to categorize these cultists in their various forms. First among them, and perhaps the most populous, is the mighty Locust Destroyers. These twisted beings, once immortals, Deathmarks, or Lichguards, have forsaken their physical forms in their relentless pursuit of destruction. The Locust Destroyers, members of the dreaded cult, embody unbridled rage and a fervent desire to annihilate all forms of organic life. They know no borders of allegiance and consider all living beings as prey. Their physical forms are modified, augmented, or expunged to enhance their combat capacity. Their senses are reconfigured and neural circuitry repathed to eliminate emotions and heighten response times. Driven by a subconscious imperative from a virus, perhaps implanted by a Catan, or the past vocations of their destroyer lords, Locust Destroyers are found in every Necron tomb world. Banished to isolated fortresses ruled over by courts of destroyer lords, they have abandoned the dream of returning to their organic state. Holographic records reveal the brutal efficiency of the destroyers on the battlefield. Necron lords and Nemesors build campaigns around their actions, acknowledging the destructive prowess of the destroyers. Once their prey is eliminated, the destroyers pay little heed to their allies. Armed with the devastating Gauss cannon, Locust Destroyers strike fear into the hearts of lighter infantry and even pose a threat to light vehicles. Their anti-gravity technology grants them remarkable mobility, rivaling the agility of Eldar jet bikes. They can redeploy and resume their relentless assault within seconds. Among their ranks, the Locust heavy destroyers emerge as larger, more powerful constructs. With their pronounced power-generating spines, they wield heavier weaponry and boast special targeting mechanisms to exploit their enemies' weakest points. These formidable warriors operate in squads, swiftly redeploying and unleashing devastating firepower. Witnessing the Locust Destroyers in action is a chilling experience. Their relentless pursuit of annihilation knows no bounds, and their ability to swiftly adapt to any situation makes them a formidable force on the battlefield. Next, the Hexmarks, a chilling embodiment of unquenchable bloodlust. The Hexmark Destroyers, agents of death driven by an insatiable desire to eliminate all that draws breath. These fearsome warriors materialize on the battlefield from their dimensional oubliettes. Their corrupted engrams, twisted remnants of their former selves, grant them an unholy ability to sense and target their prey with deadly precision. Armed with enmitic disintegrator pistols, the Hexmarks unleash a relentless hail of firepower upon their unfortunate victims. Each shot carries the power to disintegrate matter, reducing enemies to naught but dust. Last among them, and least numerous but perhaps most deadly, is the Locust Lord. These once mighty Necron lords have succumbed to nihilistic hatred, forsaking their empathy and embracing the cold embrace of the machine. Their corruption likely spread to their legions during the Great Sleep. Born from the ravages of their eons-long stasis, or willingly bound to destroyer bodies, the Locust Lords are more machine than ever before. Their calculating nature and maniacal disposition make them the most chilling and unsettling of their kind. Their physical might rival even the most powerful Necron overlords. Armed with staffs of light, war scythes, or void blades, they become a harrowing sight on the battlefield, striking fear into the hearts of those who stand against them. Their improved self-repair mechanisms instill dread among their adversaries. To witness a wounded Locust Lord recovering with unnatural speed is a testament to their indomitable nature. But their unyielding allegiance to the machine comes at a cost. Many are deemed outcasts and pariahs in Necron society. Even mighty Necron overlords view them with suspicion, fearing their complete embrace of destruction and the possibility that they may turn on their own kind once organic life is eradicated. Of course, there are other numerous designations, like the Scorpex, their mechanical legs carrying them across the battlefield, wielding blades of green light. They were revered in life as martial champions. Now, like their Locust brethren, they strive only for a relentless assault on the living. Shattering armor, these machines operate to hear the screams of their victims. No living being is spared their machine wrath. And so, we have delved into the enigmatic depths of the Necron destroyer cult, unmasking their malevolent purpose and grim existence. In their pursuit of destruction, these twisted zealots have forsaken their own souls, their very essence consumed by the relentless desire to eradicate all life. Their ranks swell with the damned. Each destroyer is an instrument of terror, armed with the means to rend flesh and shatter worlds. They are an embodiment of the darkest aspects of the Necron race. But let it be known that our Imperium shall not waver in the face of this abominable threat. We, the guardians of knowledge and defenders of humanity, shall unearth their secrets, expose their hidden agendas, and stand resolute against their destructive tide. Remember, fellow seekers of truth, the cult is but one fragment of the cosmic tapestry we strive to comprehend. Let us delve deeper into the annals of history, for within its pages lie the secrets that shall unravel the mysteries of our universe.